a philandering commander-in-chief who just survived an assassination attempt on the hit TV show Scandal. Take a look.
His was great. How about having someone attempt to assassinate you? You're being rushed somewhere on a gurney, and doctors are yelling, and blood is pouring out of you, and you could die. And you suddenly stop being afraid of anything or anyone. And when you don't die, when you miraculously live, you realize that you have nothing to lose and no time to waste.
Please welcome Tony Goldwyn. Got some big fans here.
Yeah, so happy.
Yes, yeah. So congratulations on the success of this show.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
We're having some fun.
Yeah. It's amazing because, I mean, your character is a philanderer, and yet everyone's kind of rooting for the affair.
It's kind of insane.
It's sort of insane.
Yeah, except my wife. She's not.
So your wife in real life? Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, you know, it's funny. We get a lot of reactions like that on Twitter and just... and I think Carrie and I were talking about it. It's because these are two people who are deeply in love with each other. And I think that's what makes the difference. The audience gets really invested in the relationship.
Right.
And my wife is a little out of her mind. That's an impact. But anyway, yeah, it's an unusual, moral conundrum that Shonda Rhimes has put her audience in.
Right. Yeah.
And no one on the show is just one color. You know, everybody has dark and light. So in the first season, when you met my character, a lot of people thought, oh, this guy's just this.
Well, there's also so many twists and turns, and a lot of sex too.
Yeah.
A lot of sex.
I am dying to ask
As in life.
Okay, you've described these incredibly sexy scenes as bizarre. She's described them, Carrie, as a nightmare, but yet you look like you're into it.
Yeah, I heard her describe them as a nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
How does that feel?
Keep reminding me of that. No, look, it's just the weird. I mean, Carrie and I look at each other and say, "Can you believe what we do for a living?" It's just bizarre doing love scenes and naked scenes, but. We're professionals, and I must say, Carrie and I are both people. We just throw ourselves into it, and
apparently,
and it's harder for women. You know, I think it's easier for a guy, because you have like 60 large men staring at you. And so I just feel like I'm in a locker room or something. I don't know. And she's, it's tougher. Women, I think, are more vulnerable.
I've always been curious about this with these sex scenes. Is it staged very specifically, or do you ad-lib and improvise? Do you put a hand here, or...
Yeah, I mean... She wants to know all the tricks. Wow. I don't know.
How much improvisation can there really be?
I mean, you want to talk through what is going to happen pretty specifically, and what that enables you to do, honestly, is relax and then just play the scene. So what we tend to do is decide what the tone of it, what's important to us, and then it does take on a life of its own when you're in the scene, and it does have an improvisational, and hopefully it feels real.
Did you always want to be an actor? Because you come from a family that's been involved in Hollywood. The Goldwyn is the G in MGM.
That's right. Yeah. No, at first I didn't, because my family is sort of multi-generational showbiz. I kind of wanted to do something totally different. I didn't know what. But in high school, like so many actors, I did some high school plays and got addicted to it, and just decided to take the plunge. But it was, the whole family legacy thing was at first kind of an obstacle.
Right, sure, yeah, I would imagine.
Once I kind of got my stripes, it's been I feel really lucky to have that, to be part of a legacy. It's a beautiful thing.
You also, you played Tarzan at one point?
I was in the Disney animated version of Tarzan. I was the voice of Tarzan. Yeah.
Wow.
We got to hear this. Come on.
No, those days are so over.
I just got to say,
The president does not do
Tarzan.
No,
All
I'm just
right.
saying,
We
I've
had
done
Carol
it for
Burnett
so
on.
many
We had
years.
Carol Burnett on, and she gave a Tarzan yell. But that's okay if you don't. If you
Carol Burnett can do that. No, I did it in so many elementary schools when my kids were little.
Oh, did you really? You got called
It's the
into...
one thing in my career that my children related to.
So they would bring you into school to do the Tarzan yell?
Yeah, exactly.
Me, Jane, me disappointed.
So what's going to happen this season? Are there, I mean...
I'd have to kill you if I told
If
you.
you okay.
All I can say is, the upcoming episodes. In the last episode that aired, I asked my wife for a divorce.
Oh.
And
How could you do that?
I got shot in the head. I did like a reality check. There's no time to waste, as I said in that clip you showed. So that kicks off a whole, series of events, and everything in the next 2 episodes comes to a head. And I just watched the next 2, and they're really as good as we've done. It's cool. It's crazy.
We wanted to get you a little gift. We didn't know what to get the president, so we decided to get you some presidential items. Here's a toothbrush from the White House.
Presidential toothbrush. Oh,
Toilet paper, White House toilet paper.
That's awesome.
And there you go, some White House towels.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Tony, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jim.
All right, this is Game of Thrones, ABC 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Be right back with the final 5.